Okay, viewers, this is Dr. James. Dr. James One Dutch speaking, and it's Sunday, the 12th of October 2025, and I've just crossed the road from Jordan Wells Street and entered Earl Street, and I'm just going past the Council House headquarter building and heading towards Broadgate, Coventry City Centre. And I wouldn't want to brag about my supported housing. Obviously, I had an old place to myself, a 3-bedroom house to myself, and that was seized back on the 26th of April 2023 by Citizen Housing Group based in Birmingham, and they were handed over the house by Coventry County Court, possession with eviction orders. So I still haven't got my place yet. That's the Council House headquarter building on Earl Street, and back that way was Jordan Wells Street. And by the way, I've got to let my viewers know something. Across the road is the Earl of Mercia pub. Can you see that? That's a Wetherspoon pub, and I wouldn't want to brag about them too much either. I used to have my breakfast there at the Earl of Mercia until August the 15th, 2025, when the duty manager there decided to ban me from there all of a sudden for no apparent reason. So that's why I wouldn't go on about them too much. It just concerns a breakfast I normally have. I ordered an egg McMuffin breakfast and thought that was a vegetarian option, but it wasn't. And I was told I had to reorder to get a vegetarian or vegan meal, which I did, £2.99 extra. And then what happened was, obviously the meal that I had ordered was discarded, but the Coke drink was still left, and I used that glass to fill myself some hot chocolate from the machine. And all because of that, the duty manager came up to me and said, "You're banned." And that's how ridiculous it was. So I have never been back since, and I wouldn't endorse that pub either. Although the waitresses weren't bad, the people who were serving, especially the women bringing the meals out to me, they were okay. Only problem I encountered was with that duty manager. I think he was a South Indian or something, kind of tallish, dark, very darkish complexion, thin figure, not let's say fat or heavy, just. So that's the end of that. So I've never been back since August the 15th. I've reported them to trading standards, and they've done nothing about it. And incidentally, the word Bragg comes from a physicist. The Braggs were William Henry Bragg, Sr., physicist, and William Lawrence Bragg, Jr., physicist. Father and son team who actually were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics back in 1915 for their work on crystal structures using X-rays. So I just thought I'd mention them, where the word Bragg comes from. Those two physicists, father and son. And the father, William Henry Bragg, died in 1942, aged around 79. And the son, William Lawrence Bragg, died in 1971, Ipswich, UK, England, at the age of 81. So that's them two, and that's where the word Bragg comes from, incidentally. If people talk about Bragg, it's physicists actually, father and son physicists, Henry and Lawrence Bragg. Just thought I'd get that in, and they won the Nobel Lawrence, uh, the Nobel Prize in Physics, and 1915, like I said. And incidentally, Lawrence Bragg, the son, William Lawrence Bragg, was one of the youngest prize winners of the Nobel Prize at the time. And also, I should mention Albert Einstein, another physicist, very famous physicist, more well known, more popular, the late Albert Einstein. His first published work was on the special relativity papers in 1905. And then in 1915, he published the general relativity theory. And interestingly, he didn't win the Nobel Prize in Physics for either of those theories on relativity. In fact, it was his law on the photoelectric effect that he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. And I should also add that it wasn't until 1922 did Albert Einstein actually receive the Nobel Prize for Physics for his work on the law of photoelectric effect, and also for his service to theoretical physics. The Nobel Award-winning Prize Committee at the time decided to delay the prize for 1 year, and it was awarded in 1922, the following year, on the reason that they were finding it difficult to come to conclusion in terms of what to award him for, either his theories of relativity or the law on photoelectric effect. And obviously, the theories on relativity were kind of controversial at the time, not proven. So they decided to go for the safe option and award him the Nobel Prize for the law of the photoelectric effect that he discovered, and also on the on theoretical physics service as well. So if that's any consolation out there, if there's any winners in the Nobel Prize field, any laureates out there, Nobel laureates, do remember you might win next year if you didn't win this year. If that's any consolation. There are so many fields of Nobel Prize winning, not just physics, of course. So you could always come back next year without residence and maybe pick up a Nobel Prize, become a Nobel laureate. Who knows? Keep your fingers crossed, eh? After all, Albert Einstein wasn't awarded his Nobel Prize until the following year in 1922 by the Nobel Prize awarding committee at the time, of course. And there's also anti-Semitism and all sorts of things going on at that time. It was a difficult time. It wasn't just deciding on what to award Albert Einstein, awarding either his work on relativity or, like I said, the photoelectric effect. But also, it's kind of a uprising in a hostile time in Europe at that time. Uh, that could have also contributed to the delay, maybe. There's persecution going on, of course. Different types of ethnic people out there, ethnic communities at the time, and of course, that could have affected the decision as well. Okay, I'll end this video now. Dr. James Bond at Broadgate in Coventry City Centre on Sunday 12th of October 2025, and it's approaching 1 p.m, 1300 hours. And I'll just think I'll pay a visit to Primark and then maybe go to one of those eateries somewhere.